Welcome, everybody. We are at war. We are resilient. Because the folks in the chat here tonight. Welcome, TC MAELYNN.
Thank you so much for having me. Hi, James. Thank you for coming.
Am I echoing or who's echoing? Might be me. Hold on
I
a
hear
second.
the echo.
All right, hold on. I'll fix. I'm just gonna mute myself for a minute, okay? I'll see you guys in a second.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Hey, Travis.
Well, I'm Travis, TC.
Hey, Travis.
Or
I'm
MAELYNN? Do you prefer MAELYNN?
Either one. They both work. So.
All right.
So whichever's easier for you to say.
Well, you know, I lived in the South for a while, so MAELYNN's a new one for me. I got a niece named Jalen. So, MAELYNN, how are you doing?
Doing good. How are you doing tonight?
Doing all right. What did you do in the Navy?
I was a CWIS FC. I didn't make it out to the fleet, but I got pregnant before. But I did all the schooling and was at orders.
Oh yeah, wow. And what do you do now?
Now I'm a stay-at-home mom with a cell phone. I have my own little YouTube channel that I talk about a lot of different things. I do crimes, gangsters and mobsters of the past, serial killers. I do a series where I bring on content creators. In fact, Tellfish was my first one on that series.
No kidding. Is it possible to get away? So this is what I've been told. If you plan well enough and execute well enough and hide the body good enough, you can get away with murder. What do you think about that?
I would say before cameras were everywhere, yeah. But now it's like you can't go anywhere without there being Big Brother watching you.
Well, that is a...
Yeah, the digital footprint, I think, is your biggest thing nowadays. You know, you're being tracked by your cell phone, your electronic leash by the government.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for certain.
Today's Joy's birthday?
I don't think so. I think...
Is it a Valhalla birthday? Joy's birthday every single day?
There is a birthday connected to Joy, but it's her story, so...
Gotcha. And everybody can see the flooring locks are gone.
Oh my gosh.
The wife had enough with it.
Yeah, the wife, she has the final say.
Yeah. So I think it was like one vote higher was in favor of keeping the hair. But there was a couple of votes for polls are stupid. And then, of course, the wife's vote had a little extra weight to it. And
absolutely.
When she went to go get the clippers, Emily looks over at me and goes, "Dad, run." She wanted me to keep the hair.
Oh, poor thing. Yeah. Okay. So do I put it out there? It's her mom's birthday. May she rest in peace.
Gotcha. Heavenly birthday, got you. Try to shrink these. Don't block everybody. There you go. Right. Yeah. So it was a pleasure to be on your stream the other day. Had a good time.
I had a
Maybe
fantastic time.
She's been trying out different things. She does the ASL class that she streams. And then if you notice, Travis, when he's not looking, he's not paying attention. He's actually crocheting. So
You crochet?
Yep.
That is so cool. Aw. I crochet too, but my stuff's out there. Yeah, I do a bunch of different crafts, but my main one is crocheting. All my stuff is out there though.
Yeah, well, I'll crochet a lot of times during these, and I make blankets and donate them, or help people out with fundraisers for raffles and stuff. Complete joke why I got started, and I just never quit.
That's awesome.
So
I know I've got a couple tattoos that way. And it's like, this is a ridiculous tattoo, and then it's like, oh, okay, I guess I kind of like it now.
Yeah. So Travis, my name, it's my grandmother's name and my mom's name combined.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Thank you.
We were able to give Emily her grandmother's middle name. So my mom is Elizabeth Jean, and Jackie's mom was Barbara Jean, but the Jean was spelled different. So Jean for my mom is the Jeanne, and then for Barbara Jean it was Jean. So Jackie's mother had passed away a week before Emily was born, so we gave her the Jean spelling.
Aww.
And it's crazy because like she still has like such a connection to how they still have like a unspoken bond between them, because like she'll go up to the picture and like just start talking to her, and then like if she hears like the wind chime, she's like, oh, Barbara's saying something to me.
Aww.
Yeah, like she's gone out there and she like sings and like dances sometimes with her. It's cute to see like how kids are willing to like put everything in there and like just believe and love unconditionally.
Yes. Definitely. That is so adorable what she does.
For me, that was one of the big reasons that I pushed like when we were in Iraq to be like, don't be a dick to the kids. Like they didn't cause this, there's no reason to be taking out on kids just because they're in a country that we're at odds with.
No, yeah, exactly. I love that program, giving them the stuffies.
So we did that, and then another thing that we did towards the end of the tour is the guys that worked for the general. They came in like one day a week to clean because they did all these different things to be able to hire local nationals. They figured if we were hiring them and employing them and giving them money, they wouldn't go seek it elsewhere, in nefarious ways, and be turning around and putting roadside bombs or digging roadside bombs or doing counterintelligence or anything. So if we employed them, they'd be happy. And so we did that. And at the end of the tour, these guys were they had these shoes on that the soles were like flopping off. And I'd be like, do you guys have any other shoes? And they're like, no. I'm like, Mike, these are the only shoes I got. So what we did is we wrote home and we asked folks to send in their old shoes, because we throw shoes away way earlier than the folks in Iraq were using them up until they were dead. And then so what we did is we wound up getting like this big box full of 48 pairs of shoes, and we gave them to those guys to be able to give to their families and their friends.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. I love that.
It was just it was so weird too. It was like things that like we saw like we think that we're technologically advanced, and then you see things that are going on over there, and like how they would communicate from like IP station to IP station is they would like have a Yahoo Messenger app up, and that's how they communicate between the Iraqi police stations. Like there was no secure radio. It was just literally Yahoo chat messages.
Yahoo is like from the 90s.
Yeah.
Wow. I wouldn't. I guess because we get so used to having it all at our fingertips that you don't think that anybody else in the world doesn't.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy too, because like it always makes me think when they really pushed the recycling, when they did the separate your cardboards and your plastics and something like that, when they were pushing that, and then like I would look at places like Iraq where they just throw it out the window, and whatever happens to it, inshallah, God wills, it's gonna go somewhere. And it's like, why are we doing all this stuff to to try to reduce the troubles of trash and polluting the world when 80% of the rest of the world isn't doing it either. So it's like that, and the burn pits were crazy.
TC, what's your YouTube channel?
TC MAELYNN.
TC MAELYNN.
Yeah, let me drop it in the.
Thank you.
And if you guys can't see it, but Jose tucked behind me. He wants to be really close today.
I see that.
Mm-hmm. He's a good doggo. And thanks to everybody that the other day that was on Valhalla stream that was able to donate to Operation Delta Dog. It was really great of Val to share that as a link to people, showing that if you want to donate places, here's a good place to do it. Like for Jose, like he was found in barbed wire down in Georgia, and then he was brought up to New Hampshire to become a rescue dog, trained to be a service dog, and then he actually got a heartworm, so he has to go in foster care for 4 months. And then when he came back from that, I trained with him a couple weeks before he went away, and then when he came back, it was like my turn in the rotation to be able to get a dog. And then so I started working with him. I was like, yeah, we're good together. And a couple weeks later, he came home with me.
So just sub your channel, TC. See the ASL classes and the show about Whitey Bulger. I'm gonna check that one out.
Thank you so much. Yeah, the Whitey Bulger is actually an entire series. There's going to be 4 or 5 episodes to it, just because so much happened in his life.
That's wild.
He was a bad man.
He was.
Like nothing redeeming about him. Not
at all. I haven't found a single thing. Thank you guys. Yeah, I haven't found a single thing about him at all. And I did this whole Public Enemy #1 of the John Dillinger gang and their connection to Al Capone, and I did one on Al Capone, and even all of them I could find something to sympathize with. But him, I'm just like, I can't find anything. I'm like,
and it's not really, because like he preached a certain lifestyle, and then he was doing all the things that he preached against, behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Like his relationship with the FBI agent there, Connolly. Like it was just absolutely ridiculous.
Yes. And right now, that's what I'm digging into, is that relationship with Conley and Morris. Morris was the supervisor, FBI supervisor.
YouTuber says whole series, dang.
Yes, it's going to be 4 or 5 episodes.
Really?
Dark. If it's 2, I think it is. Yes, I do have them on my list. I promise.
Yeah, how do you choose somebody on
that? Normally I just take a request from the chat, and then it'll just send me onto a whole tangent and down a whole rabbit hole.
Yep.
James Lynch was the one who suggested Whitey Bulger, and we just finished the Karen Reed case, and Hank Brennan was the special prosecutor in the Karen Reed case, but he was Whitey Bulger's defense attorney.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I lived on Winter Hill when I was dating a girl from Somerville.
There's a whole connection about how it all goes.
So what's your view on that? Because Is she innocent or because if she's innocent, that means that the Canton police really are a nefarious bunch. If she's not innocent, then man, I mean, somebody messed up somewhere.
That she, right? Well, I truly believe she's innocent.
Yeah.
And I do believe that the digging into this Whitey Bulger, and there's the Sandra Birchmore case going on, and that's a federal case because the state won't press charges. The Canton or the Norfolk DA's office will not press charges on that one, and it's a cop, and it's yes, I do have that one, Dar. I promise, I do. So, but I also, the investigation was so befuddled that we'll never get justice. John O'Keefe will never get justice because they will never be able to prove what actually happened. Hi, Miss Jess.
It's just I fell arm yet.
And, yeah.
And then they fired Proctor from the state police. They fired the other
Good.
Texas, every ism possible from the Canton police. They got rid of him.
Officer Good.
Yeah, it's just wild to see how they go through all these people, and it's like the first domino fell with Proctor, and now with Good, and you're gonna tell me that Higgins didn't have any involvement with them, and that Kevin Albert on the force with them isn't saying the same shit, and like Brian Albert, his brother, like just they're all too incestuous, and that by itself is improper way for them to be conduct themselves as police officers, and then out there pushing the narrative they did and having Turtle Boy arrested to silence him, and then continuing to push the witness intimidation shit, because like we're here in Norfolk County, and it's like you want to have faith in your DA, and you want to have faith in your prosecutors that like if something's to happen, that your police will conduct a fair investigation, and that they'll try it to get you what you deservedly are due as being a citizen, your rights. And they're just showing more and more that they don't want to give us our rights, that they want to stuff their pockets with whatever funds they can find, and just kind of have a good old boys club.
Oh yeah, I actually went on a tangent yesterday about that, and I was like, if you don't, if you live in Massachusetts or wherever you live, vote, but don't vote for the incumbent, and don't vote for whoever the incumbent is, supporting, because they're just a puppet for the incumbent that's in there now, and it's really across America. You've got Richard Allen out with the Delphi and that investigation that was just horrible in Indiana. You've got Arkansas. Yeah, it's either Arkansas or Arizona. I want to say it's Arkansas. Aaron Spencer. That whole case there that StreamYard's kidnapped Mike. But you've got the whole case out there that with Aaron Spencer, and then down in Georgia, you've just got corruption everywhere. And I go on my little tangents, like go vote and don't go vote. Don't vote for who's in office. Vote for somebody who's not in office and not connected.
Well, that's the thing that gets me. I mean, there's no easy way to say it. You look at the Massachusetts State Police and other, just in our state, and it's like, wait a minute. I mean, if you know the right person, you can get away with just about anything. It's just who you know and how much you've greased their axle. That's it. Justice truly is blind. I mean, do you agree, TC?
I do. I believe it is blind. It's greasing those palms. Growing up, my grandparents were third ring politics, and I've seen a lot of stuff.
I'm sure. And then I'm looking at your channel, and you do sign language.
Yeah, so I'm relearning it, and I decided to do it with everybody. My family, we were involved in the Fundamental Independent Baptist Church growing up, and then through my 20s. And I was assistant church director for children's church. And we had a little girl in there that was deaf. And Brother Brian, the church director, and I learned sign language, enough sign language so that we could communicate with her, teach her the songs so she could sing the songs with her hands with the other kids. And all the kids, everybody learned the sign language with the songs. And then I would sign the sermons to her. So, but it's been since over 20 years, so I'm losing it. And I was like, I don't want to lose that. So I started doing it about buying books and just learning how to do the sign language with everybody.
Well, I've thought about just, I don't know about being an expert at it, but I have thought, it would be good to know some in case I ever ran across a deaf person. What if a deaf person needed help or directions to the restroom, something as ordinary as that? And I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, I feel you, but I don't know what you're saying, man. And I thought, well, I guess my first question is how difficult of a leap is this, or is it just what you said? Is it practicing and then keeping in practice?
It's practicing and keeping in practice. Now, one of the biggest things about American Sign Language is it is its own language. It's not a direct word for word translation from English.
Oh, really?
Yes, it is its own language. It's got its own own grammatical rules and stuff. Like, let's see here. All right, I'm going to sign. I have a banana. Okay.
Okay, I'm watching. So this is I, as in me.
Me, my, I. Mm-hmm.
And this means like have.
Come in. Yeah, you pull it in.
Have. So I have something.
I have banana. And you peel your banana.
It's bananas. BANANAS.
Yes.
All right.
Oh my gosh. My sister was hearing a little echo.
Is it doing me again? Yes, hold on.
StreamYard and YouTube have been acting up crazy for the last couple of days. But so, what'd you do, Travis?
What do I do in the Marine Corps? Or just what I do in general, or
what did you do in the Marine Corps, and what do you do in general now?
Sure. So in the Marine Corps, I was a radar operator. I crewed the Hawk surface-to-air missile system. So it's a missile about as long as your car, weighs about 1,500 pounds, and we trained to fire that thing 30 to 60 miles away at, airborne targets. And my Marine Corps experience was unique because I get in there, I get to Hawk School at Fort Bliss. I'm like, hey, Hawk's going away. And I'm like, there's no way the Marine Corps would get you through boot camp and send you to a school on a platform that's going away. That makes no sense. No one would do that. Even I knew that as a boot private. Guess what? 18 months later, they started shutting it down, and it was really interesting. We got the stuff all, we shot it, multiple times, but at the end of the day, it went away. And then the funny thing was, we found out that a lot of the gear that we mothballed is over in Ukraine right now being used. So, and it's like, hey, that's our stuff. They're firing our stuff. How about that? So that's what I did. And then
my weapon was designed to turn your weapon into confetti.
Oh yeah, anti-aircraft, anti-missile. Yes, anti-ship missile defenses.
I joke around when I say 3,000 bullets per second, but it's actually 75 bullets per second. I just girl math it. But yeah, and it's literally designed to destroy missiles and turn them into confetti and airplanes. And yes, Joy, sometimes with airplanes you have pink mist.
Yeah, you do. Well, very, very interesting because we never got to aim it at a ship before. That would have been interesting. I don't know if the Navy would have liked that too much. And then so I meet misbegotten love. That's just how I'm going to say it. And moved to the Boston area, not knowing anything about the Red Sox. And I walk up to this guy. I said, "Hey, I've got this VA appointment in Worcester." And he's like, "What? I'm trying to get to Worcester. I mean, do I take the Pike or Route 9? I don't know. Worcester. Let me see that map." He's like, "That's Worcester, you retard." I'm like, "Okay, we are not in Kansas anymore, Toto." And I learned about that. I learned about Jimmy's. We called them sprinkles where I'm from. It's Jimmy's here, things like that. And England's just a very different place. So now during the day, I work in downtown Boston. And then about 10 years ago, well, a little over 10 years ago now, I started my show, Oscar Mike Radio. And, been doing it ever since. Here I am.
Awesome. Do you have your own YouTube channel?
I do. It's Oscar Mike Radio. My smiling face right there. And we're working on getting that dialed in. But I think I start off, we had the same number of subs before I came on tonight. It's too difficult to grow sometimes, but it's all good.
It is, but I'm actually really happy with my growth. I tend to get 1 to 2 subs every time I stream, and I stream
Let's
5
go.
days a week. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. That I don't do.
I'd have the time.
Now, do you live in Massachusetts?
I don't. I live out in Ohio. There you are. All right, I'm sub to you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. So I will be digging into it.
How far from Columbus?
I'm about an hour away from Columbus. Actually, Saturday, we're heading up to Columbus. My middle son goes to college at OSU.
My niece goes to OSU, which is, I'm going out there, I think next March to go see her and do some things with the Arnolds out there. And I'll see her.
That's awesome.
I didn't realize just how big OSU actually is.
Yes. Yeah. My husband's, he has a stepson from a previous relationship that goes to OSU. And that we were talking, and my son is on one side of OSU and he's on the other side. And he's like, "Oh yeah, we're 2 miles apart from each other." I was like, "What?"
Like I'm going out there thinking it's like a school. Okay, and little camps you walk around. No, it's like a city.
It is a city within its own self.
Right. It's just crazy. So good stuff. And so what got you thinking, you know what, I'm gonna get on YouTube and do all this, and because everybody's different, and some people just do it for fun, some people really like lean into it.
So actually I've been planning this for a long time. In 2019, February 1st of 2019, I got really sick, and I ended up having to have a total colectomy. They took my entire colon.
Oh wow.
And since then I haven't been able to work. And the first 2 years I was just kind of healing, and I had a lot of complications that we didn't know about, and just getting over those and stuff. And then after that, my middle son actually introduced me to YouTube, and it's like, "Mom, I knew a little bit about YouTube, but he's like, 'Here, Mom, here's the true crime community. Why don't you start watching these?'" And so I started watching Bailey Sarian, Annie Elise, and Kendall Ray. And we're sitting there, my husband and I were sitting there watching Kendall Ray one day, and he's like, "You could do this." And I was like, "I could." So we spent the last 5 years building everything up, getting my health back together, and getting everything set up for me to do this. And as I've navigated my way through the YouTube communities, watched different creators, how they started, I found the live community, and I like it. And so, like, I do my streams kind of, it's almost like a classroom, because, an online classroom versus, you know, just watching somebody talk at you.
Right. I got that feeling from just looking. I haven't looked at any of your videos yet, of course, but I'm like, okay, this is like a classroom, like we're in session. I'll be right back, Mikey.
Yep. Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned like a classroom because like there actually is like, so the classroom setup. Jimmy's got the class set up, and gives impromptu lessons. You've got Kookie, giving the class at night for people who want to like learn how to do like the graphic design aspect of it, and like she's showing folks, even if she's not explaining it, like she's still doing on screen for you to watch it. So it's awesome to see folks be able to actually like learn what's going on at the same time that they're engaging with the creator, and you're also learning from the creator. Like, all right, this is how I can edit a picture. This is how I can I can find something and add it to it. So
Yes. Yeah, definitely. I like that better. I don't, because it was like, that was one of the things that was very daunting to me. Is like, I'm going to have to sit in front of a camera and just talk to myself and then go back and listen and edit out any mistakes. And I was like, but with the live, it's like, we're all human. We make mistakes. Hi, Mad Stork. Thank you for coming. Genuine. We all make mistakes. And so doing it live is like, I don't know. I'm quirky. I'm really quirky. So it's like, I like have a lot of fun doing it live and, going off on my little ADHD tangents and giving everybody a bunch of branches and no tree, no trunk of a tree.
And I feel like too, like if you do it live, you don't sit over there and worry about it over and over again as like you're recording it. Like I feel like when you're putting together a project or like when you have to listen to it for editing purposes, like that's where I start like digging at myself. I'm like, I sound dumb, I sound misinformed, I sound, I said that too much. And it's like then I take it away and I'm putting something else in there and then I'm focusing on something else and I never get done.
Yeah, no, I would never get my first video recorded if I had to do recording videos because I'm such a, when I'm like, okay, and I literally write out all of my scripts for every single show because otherwise, who knows what rabbit hole we'd end up in.
I know, Travis, like you do all your editing too, right? You put everything together for yourself?
Oh yeah, so I'll talk and then edit and then produce. So, I have done live TV show now, and so I like the game. I like the craft.
So, Travis is OscarMikeRadio.com. You can find the podcast on YouTube. You can find it X. You can find it Apple Podcasts. You can find it Spotify. If there's a place where podcasts are, dropping, Oscar Mike Radio is there.
Yep, and I gotta get ready to do my show here in like 9
Who do you
minutes.
every night?
So I have Julie Austin, a Lieutenant Colonel, U.S. Army retired, coming on to talk with me about her business and her podcast, and she wants to create this platform, or she's created it, where if you have a veteran-owned business or show like I do, you can come on her platform for a nominal fee, but nominal. And the idea is to draw people to this platform. And, if you like one of them's Blazing Star Barbecue, and then he makes barbecue seasoning, rub, stuff like that. And the idea is instead of, just going out and buying stuff off Amazon from somebody you don't know, you're buying from a veteran who's trying to make something here in America, buy an American, and support veteran-owned business. And, she vets it out, makes sure that you have good standards, and puts it on there. And it's a really interesting idea. I like the focus, and, very, very cool.
That's
That is awesome.
But,
thank you really for jumping on tonight. Sorry it took me a few minutes to get launched tonight. When you got the 4-year-old runs the house, so what she says goes.
Yes, definitely. Dar missed your announcement earlier about your haircut.
Oh yes. So those who don't know, the hair is gone.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
So
Dang,
My, ca-
like me,
my
Mikey.
camera.
yep. So you're between two bald guys now.
Yeah, I am. Hey, rub 'em for good luck.
Well, may I reach out to you about your show, and we'll go from there. But Mikey, always fun, and thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for joining tonight. And do you guys want to end on a breathing exercise or
Travis.
the like white noise? Let's see if we get. Absolutely, Emily is probably going to be the head of the household. And thank you everybody for coming here.
Yes, thank you guys. Everybody showed up, watching. We appreciate that. I appreciate. And Hellfish, thank you so much for inviting me on tonight.
Absolutely. You got to pick the color. I've got a salmon breathing exercise or like a light blue aqua.
Let's go salmon.
All right. So we'll do a 1 minute breathing exercise that'll play now. And thank you guys all for joining us tonight. We are War, we are resilient. Thank you again. And I'm really big on my face now. Have a good night, guys.
Good night.